Babies are really cute. Most of the time. But for every adorable baby puppy, you get something like a newborn alpaca. Just a gaunt, shapeless blob of viscera and sinew. Which is actually how people described me when I was first born. But that's beside the point. If you want a really weird looking baby, then look no further than the kangaroo. Of course, they mostly develop in the comfortable confines of their mother's pouch, but as it turns out, to get there in the first place is quite the harrowing journey. You see, when a baby-roo is born, they're just a tiny little rat-like thing. Just a bit bigger than a jelly bean, or, for all my American viewers, about 1/16 the size of a hamburger. Anyway, once they're born, they cling to their mother's fur and pull themselves across her body with the help of nothing but the strength of their convictions alone. They're also entirely blind as they do this, and their muscles are just barely developed. They don't even have the fortitude to drink for themselves yet. Their mom literally has to push milk down their throats for the first couple of months. And yet they're able to climb the fetal equivalent of Mount Everest with little issue. But if it sounds like these marsupial mothers are expecting a bit much from a freshly born baby, then don't worry, because giraffes are even worse. You see, they don't lay down when they're giving birth. They just let the baby fall to the ground from over 6 feet in the air. Researchers claim the babies are designed for this fall and that it doesn't even hurt them since they're up on their feet within an hour of hitting the ground. Now, I'm sure these scientists know what they're talking about. But at the same time, if it took me a full hour to stand up after falling down, then I can assure you that was not a painless fall. Anyway, I remembered hearing that this baby base jump actually served the same purpose in giraffes that a doctor hitting a baby's back serves in humans, by allowing them to get their first breath of air. But when I tried researching the validity of that claim, all I could find was an article about baby mice that can breathe through their skin like an insect. Basically, since they're so small, hairless, and just filled to the brim with blood, they easily bypass the other drawbacks that most vertebrates face with Kootenai's respiration. Anyway, I only put that in the script so I could get a million comments telling me I mispronounced Kootenai's respiration and boost the video's interactivity. Moving on. But if you want to take a look at some truly terrifying children, then you'd have to move away from the mammals of the world and take a cursory glance at some of the ocean's strangest fish, many of whom start their lives with an even stranger larval form. Such as the bony-eared assfish, whose larvae are strangely elegant in a way. Or at least as elegant as something could reasonably be while still being called an assfish. So yeah, creatures of the deep certainly have their fair share of bizarre larvae. But of course, when it comes to this regard, bugs are the real MVP. A fact I detailed further in my award-winning Weird Bug video. But for this video, I'd like to shine the spotlight, or should I say sunbeam, on a specific honorable mention. The angled sunbeam caterpillar is an adorable little pupa with what look to be ogre ears on the sides of its head. But don't let its appearances fool you, for these little ears hide a terrifyingly dangerous weapon. At a moment's notice, this angled assassin can release its defensive pom-poms, and before you even have a moment to react, it's already too late. Stay safe out there, everybody. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but before I go, let's talk about this week's Florshe finders. You guys remember the Florshes? Yeah, me neither. It's been like 2.5 months since we talked about them. So if you need a reminder, the basic idea is that every video I hide a handful of these flowery fellas in my illustrations. And then, in the next video, I mention everyone who finds them. Such as Oreosaurus, who was the first to find one, or Riley Rocket, who was the first to find several, and Timestorm, who basically found this little guy right here, but his resolution was too low to make a decisive discovery. Which is fair enough. I was deliberately pushing how small I could make a Florshe and still have it be visible. We also have a very honorable mention in the form of my boy Rowan from the Discord server, who found his very first Florshes in this video. Excellent work, but I regret to inform you guys that there are still 2 Florshes that have gone completely unnoticed. I don't blame you for missing them. They were both hidden pretty well in the middle of a transition, but I trust you guys can do it. So if you find those previous Florshes, or any in this video, then let me know in the comments down below or on my Discord server. Links are in the description. And until next time, don't die. See you later.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, it is.
What if they get in trouble?
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a beluga. Yeah, that's sad.